Two guys living the dream of entrepreneurship while balancing the tricky act of fatherhood. Join Eric and Brandon each week to share their experiences about growing a business, raising a family, and navigating through life. So go ahead, free up some time you already don't have, and give the Preneur podcast a listen.
Hi, I'm Brandon with Preneur, and this is Eric.
Hey guys, so today we're going to talk about time management. So with time management, I can tell you both as being an entrepreneur and a father, time management is very important. I know that when I started my business 3 years ago, my wife had told me, she said, well, you own your own business now, so that means you get to take a lot of time off, right?
No, it does not. It means you actually get to work more because you don't have that 9-to-5 paycheck anymore.
Well, and you got to manage people. You got to talk to customers. You got to talk to everything with your job. So, time management is super important, and even at home.
Yes, even at home, it's a fine balance. And what I have trouble with, even when I leave the office and go home, it's hard to turn the switch off because I'm still thinking about the business and what I need to do. It's really hard to hit that switch.
What I used to struggle with is Fridays are my day. Like the end of Friday, I kind of evaluate everything I've done for the week, and I feel like I haven't done enough. So I try to cram in even more work on Friday evening, which is not good because then I'm not home, spending time with the family, which is where really I should be.
Sundays are for me when I just kind of unwind and turn everything off, or at least try to. My papa was a preacher. He told me that no one's to work on Sunday. Sundays is God's day, son. Well, I sat down and told him, I was like, hey, Papa, well, you working, aren't you? And he told me, he's like, I'm not really working because I get to do what I love. So Sundays for me, I kind of just turn things off, unwind, and just chill, even though it's sometimes still hard to chill for me. But I try at least for my wife's sake.
So as far as time management for you at home, I mean, what are some things that you're doing that seems to work?
I try to distract myself, just spending time with my daughter, my kids, telling them some jokes, playing with them, and because if I just let myself just sit around, and that's when I start thinking about the business and realize what I need to do, and then I take a scratch paper and write things down. So I try to separate myself and put everything to the side and just focus on them and try to just, turn it off if I can.
Kind of a to-do list?
Yeah.
Do you have a to-do list for at home?
Unfortunately, my wife lists this, how you need to do this, you need to do that. Why didn't you do that? Did you forget? Oh, babe, I'm sorry. I just been gone all day, Yeah, I'm sorry to make that appointment for you. It's like I have so many things to do, and I forget things in my personal life, and I made a mistake, and I'm sure a lot of dads relate to this, and husbands. I was like, well, you're at home with the kids. Why didn't you do it? What are you doing all day? I'm at work making you money. And I'll never forget every time I say that. It always gets me in trouble. Oh, you don't think I do things? Why don't you stay here with your daughter all day, okay? You do it then. You think it's so easy? You couldn't last 5 hours. Okay.
Have you switched and actually stayed at home?
Dude, it was like heaven to me.
It was like heaven?
It was like heaven. It was like a dream.
I'm talking about when managing the kids and everything, not like when they're in school.
No, it's like managing kids. I mean, kids are great. I mean, they're laid back like I am.
Yeah, they are pretty laid back.
And you feed them, they're happy. We all Allens get cranky when you don't feed us. We hungry, you don't want to be around us. But if you feed us and give us a burger, man, we're calm and gentle people.
And chicken nuggets.
I hate chicken nuggets, but my wife has gotten her on that. Don't know why she did it, man. But she did. And now my daughter's 2 years old, by the way, and my wife told me she's putting our daughter on a diet. She's a little too big, too strong. The word for strong, by the way, because I get called strong all the time, and strong to me means like you're really muscular. In China, they're calling you fat.
They're just being nice about it.
No, that's just meaning of being called fat.
If they say
you're
strong,
very strong. You're just being called a fat ass, basically.
I think I have heard that, and this is a family show, so.
Okay. Yeah. I'll buy y'all beer for that curse word. Getting around Eric, he makes me swear a lot. I don't know what it is about him. I usually don't swear, actually.
So some of the things that I found is I do the to-do list as well. I found that if I don't put it in my calendar, then I can't remember to do it. Now, what's really bad is I have to make sure, like, I know my kids' birthdays. I know when they were born. I know my wife's birthday, but I have to have that on my calendar, because otherwise I just get so focused in booking jobs that I've done it before where I've booked it the evening of one of their birthdays. And
Wow.
I mean, it's like an unconscious thing. It's like I know it's when it is. Just when I'm scheduling it, I'm just saying yes. They say, "Are you available on this day next month?" Well, I don't realize what it is. I just booked the job, right?
Yeah, I had the same situation, but here's the thing. I'm usually good about remembering my kid's birthday, but I unfortunately forget my wife's anniversary.
Well, then again, it's not your wife's anniversary. It would be both of yours,
Yeah,
right?
I guess it would be both of us. Me getting locked up. Yeah, sure. Whatever. Yeah. Okay. I guess we can say it that way. But yeah. So I have a hard time actually remember what day of the week it is, what year we're in. So I really struggle with that. So I'm not really thinking about dates. But I was being nice back in November 25th, long day at work, and my wife, she loves Longhorn. She don't usually like American restaurants, but the only way that I can get some American food now and again if I take her to Longhorn, so I can, eat something I like too besides Chinese food. Chinese food get old to me, you know. So it's November 25th. We're eating, having a good time, and it's like, hey, happy anniversary. And I'm looking, I had these big eyes. I'm like, what? You forgot, didn't you? I was like, no, wait. Our anniversary was November 21st, not November 25th. And here's the thing: never, call her out on her own stuff because you're just getting yourself more in trouble. And she's pregnant this time too. And I told her, it's like, hey, you forgot too, okay? We got married November 21st. So I'm pregnant, carrying your daughter. You don't remember my birthday. You don't give me no flowers, no gift, no nothing. What's wrong with you? Do you even love me anymore? So for the next 2 weeks, I heard nothing about that and big arguments. So I brought flowers home every day, but you're just trying to make up to me. That doesn't mean anything. I was like, what? I get myself into trouble again. I was like, you know what? You didn't bring me anything. You haven't gotten me anything. My birthday or our anniversary in the last couple of years. But do you see me complain? No. Well, that didn't go well there. Oh, you got me, okay? You should be happy. Well, okay.
So what we're going to do is we need to put a reminder in your calendar and start reminding you 1 month before that your anniversary is coming up.
We should.
You can set it to recur so it'll happen every year. It's the same day.
You're just telling me this now? You could have saved me a 2-week argument, me having to buy flowers.
Well, I didn't know. Another suggestion that I've had that I think is really great. A friend of mine, Steve Hopper, gave me this suggestion. So
what's up, Steve?
He gets a notepad, and there's a tab with each number day. So you got 1, 2, all the way through 31. And so if you have something you need to do on the 3rd, then you put it in that 3 tab, and then say, all right, well, you call a client, they say, oh, can you call me next week? Then you just move it back a little bit, to the 10th tab. So then that way each day you're flipping through there, and you can reset it every month.
That sounds really cool, but it sounds like a lot of work to me, and you got to be very organized to do that. I need easy.
Well, the problem is you would have to keep it with you, which is why Google Calendar works so well for me.
Yeah.
Because I don't have to keep the binder on me.
Binder full of women. Mitt Romney got him in trouble for that, making that line, by the way, if you history buffs out there.
So what are you doing to manage your time at work?
I just kind of lay it out, Google Calendar, and I have this yellow piece of paper. I write everything down first thing in the morning, and I check everything off, and at night I write down the new list for the next day, and it seems to do the job for the most part.
See, but you won't do a binder, but you just said you carry around a notepad.
Listen, don't listen to what I say. This is just how my mind works, okay? You know I have ADD. Good times, right?
Yeah, so Google Calendar works for me. Definitely cell phone, electronic, and I even have a new customer service, a customer software that I program the jobs in there, and it sends out emails to the clients, let them know when the shoot's coming up, when the session's coming up, and that keeps me pretty on track. But I have a to-do list as well, and I'm carrying it around. So I like Steve's suggestion of the binder.
No, binder full of women. That's a great
No,
idea.
It's a binder of reminders.
See, every time I hear binder, I think full of women with Mitt Romney. But it's a brilliant idea.
So we'll use a different term for yours.
Okay.
Notepad.
Notepad. That's a lot
You
better.
just flip the notepad and you put a sheet of paper stuffed in there.
Old school works, man.
It does. Then you have to
Exactly.
take that with you.
Exactly. Put it in my little black bag.
So as far as time management, what are some other things that you think could help that people have told you?
I mean, really, what you suggested. One of my friends. Making a list every night. Before you go to bed. Just going ahead and making it. That way you don't forget.
It's kind of like a way of just like a mind dump. Everything that's on your head, you can just put it on paper and help you relax at night.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you gotta get yourself in a habit of doing it. Once you get yourself in a habit, it's more routine. And that's what's kind of worked for me, getting myself a routine of actually doing it. It's like they say, if you want to start a diet lifestyle change, is you gotta force yourself to do it, and then it becomes easier.
It's 21 days to start a new habit.
I've never on the diet thing made it to 21 days, but yeah. I
Well,
think so.
diet. We're going to talk about diet in a completely different episode. We're talking about time management.
Time management and diets kind of go hand in hand.
Yeah. And what I found is that I have to get as much done during the day as I can when the kids are in school, and then once the kids start getting home from school, I need to schedule myself to be there because there's a ton of activities now. I mean, between like homework and extracurricular activities, my kids are in Cub Scouts, there's camping trips, there's pack meetings, there's den meetings, and then not to mention homework. I mean, there's all kinds of things that they have to do. There's like online programs they have to log into to do different
All right,
things.
so let me ask you this, because I struggle with this with kids' homework now in school. And I graduated with 3.78 GPA in college, so I think I'm
Was that a
okay.
little brag?
It's a little brag. I worked hard for that. I had to work 2 jobs when I went to school, by the way. But with my kids' math, I feel like someone needs to teach me again how to do algebra and add and subtract, because their way of doing it, I am lost. Listen, I know how to get 5 plus 5 equals 10 by, you can just do it off the top of your head, but also adding, subtracting. But now they got this whole table formula. You got to do this, that, go to 10 buck 2, and down here and you get your answer. I don't know how to get a 10 buck 2, and confuses the crap out of me. I don't know if you struggle with that.
I had to Google a math question to like translate what they were asking, and they use like, they say, is it dots, or there's some term that they use for like adding and subtracting. They'll say, you have 10 dots or markers, I think is what it is.
Yeah.
And then there's another term for the other ones, and I had to Google it because I just didn't understand what it was.
Thank goodness for Google, right?
But didn't you spend any time teaching?
Yeah,
What
actually,
subject did you teach?
I taught everything.
Not math?
In middle school, we made it back to the old way.
So what'd you do with math? Wasn't has things changed that much?
It's kind of changed a lot since I've been teaching. I mean, but I would, take like crowns or whatever. I would, have visuals and, have them count that way and take it away, constant. Drawing circles, like I was taught when I was a kid, then scratching it out,
Mm-hmm.
It's the way I learned. That's the way I knew how to teach. And it worked for me. It worked for all of us.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know why you need to change it now. But who am I?
What do you know?
Yeah, what do I know? 3.78 GPA, by the way.
Now, as far as since we're talking about time management, we talked about what we do at work. We talked about what we do at home. So, do you get a chance to fit in any time for yourself?
I don't know what self is like anymore, because from the moment I step in my house, after I take my 10 minute to pull up to the driveway when I get in my house, I don't know what to do because immediately I'm bombarded. Oh, you got to do this, you got to do that. Then you spend time with kids, and if you don't spend time with the kids, you feel guilty. Like, I don't get to actually rest until my head hits the pillow.
But what about when the kids go to sleep? Don't you get like a second to yourself?
I go to sleep before before my daughter. My daughter, she won't go to sleep till 10:30, 11. I mean, she's 2. Landon, he's good. He'll go to bed at 9. But Lulu, she just stays up. Here's the thing. I do actually get some quiet time. I wake up 4:30 every morning. I go run. I go hit the gym, and I wake up so early because it's really the only time I really get to myself where I get to unwind and just be carefree for a little bit and get to be back before I had kids with a 6-pack. Never had a 6-pack. I'm lying.
I was gonna say I'm pretty sure that's a lie.
I had some strong arms though. I could really lift a lot of weight, but never had a 6-pack. Guts.
So strong arms, that just means you have fat arms?
No, this is actually strong. I used to bench 450 in high school, my senior year.
See, so you get some time to yourself. You wake up in the morning, go running, work out.
Yeah, but if I didn't wake up early, I wouldn't get that.
That's why you do have to wake up early to get that time.
Exactly.
I wait till the kids are asleep. Once my wife's asleep, then I'll get a couple of hours in the middle of the night to myself. That's when I get caught up with work and I can watch TV and kind of really unwind. And with what I do, when I do like a wedding or an event, after hours upon hours of having like a DJ and music and really loud, that thumping of the speakers, it's like it just stays in my head. And when I get home, it takes a couple of hours for me to unwind and let all that settle down.
It's kind of like me when I get a lot of sales during the day. I'm doing a lot of talking, a lot of action happen. It takes me a while to just really turn it off because I'm really pumped up and excited. So it takes a while for me to calm down.
Yeah, that's the same way.
Best way an analogy you can do. It's like you got the hot girl, man, and she actually looked at you and liked you. You just want to sit there and talk about it all day because it doesn't happen that much. It's kind of like that. That's happened to me once or twice. Every time I go to China, the hot girl looks at me.
Keep in mind that Brandon is married.
I am married. I'm happily married.
Happily
married. Happy as can be. So I'm sorry, women, but I'm off the table.
It's off the market.
Off the market? Is that the thing?
Yeah.
Why did you say off the table? Where does off the table come from?
I don't know. You just said it.
Yeah, that's kind of weird, right?
So, all the listeners out there, if you have some suggestions for us about how to manage our time better, this is something that not only Brandon and I struggle with, but this is not struggle, but it's just another complication throughout the day and thing that you need to figure out. As we've said before, that we're just trying to figure things out, how to run our business, how to live our life. So if you have any suggestions, we'd love to hear them. You can send us a message on our Facebook page at Preneur. And I think that's about it. We're running out of time now for this episode, so make sure to follow us on Facebook, Preneur, and check us out on iTunes to subscribe to our podcast, and find us on Facebook to see more of the project. So we will tune in next week. We'll have another episode and hopefully a special guest.
Lastly, you guys want to be on the show, then give us a holler. We'll have you on here, and we'll love to hear from you.
All right, see you soon.
Ballin' out.
Thank you for experiencing the Preneur podcast. Tune in next week for another unpredictable episode. To be a guest speaker, send us a message on the Preneur Facebook page.